first place Northeast Generals today. Generals in their road navy uniforms with the orange and white trim. They'll skate from left to right on your screens at home. Norwich in their home whites with the red and navy trim. Let's take a quick look at the starting goaltenders. For the Generals, it's Mason Joseph in goal. Joseph comes in with a personal record, a perfect 11-0, a goals against average of 1.49, a save percentage of 93.7, and Joseph makes the first save of the game. Meanwhile, making his debut for the Norwich Sea Captains is Patrick Christo. Christo played the last 2 seasons with the Rochester Vipers in the USPHL Premier Division, now making his NH3HL debut with Norwich. Sea Captains looking to clear out of the zone. As off the bench and making things happen is Caden Hess. Hess in the corner, wanting to go back to McCready at the point. Eventually McCready gets it. D to D they go. A shot on, saved by Christo. Puck was loose in the crease, cleared on up and taken out of the zone. Here's Brian Essing hitting the red line and sending it down deep. He'll chase after it himself as Joey McCready gets to the puck first. McCready stolen away by Essing. Those two battle in the corner. Now behind the net, Kinahan, a centering feed intended for Ethan Ranger. Eventually Ranger is able to just one-hand it towards goal, and Mason Joseph will hold on for a face-off to his left. Just 1:15 gone by in the first period. Little short-staffed around the Rose Garden Ice Arena as everybody who has a case of the sniffles is being told to stay home. So our thanks to those who are filling in the meantime. Off the draw, it's Ranger, wrapping one around to the near side wall. Tony Moran, the 0-4 defenseman, pinching on in, sends it off the high glass into the far corner. Nobody home for the Sea Captains. Loftus with the first big hit of the game. Getting the worst of that was Zach Sinopel. Here's Sinopel back up on his skates with Loftus at the red line. Loftus goes back to Daryl Smith, who returns to the Norwich lineup for the first time this year. Smith was out for about a month or so with an upper body injury, so good to see the Kansan defenseman back on the blue line for the Sea Captains. As going back to the point, here's Cox across, a shot on, gets blocked. Puck in the corner. Pair of players for both teams trying to dig it on out. Eventually it ends up on the stick of Victor Sorokin. Sorokin sends one to the slot. Nobody home for the Gens. And so Jamison Bain tries going up the near side wall. Can't get it out of the zone the first time. Second chance gets it out. Puck goes all the way down into the general zone where Austin Crisp goes behind the net. Cody Lambert out the far side. Tegan Byer getting into the face of Sam Lamphere, and he turns the puck over. Byer sends the puck back down deep. Joseph sees this go off the side of his cage, and the Gens will try breaking out on this side of the ice. Much more successful that time. Turned over at the red line. Here's Byer, softly into the Gen zone. Near side corner, Cox wraps one around far side. That goes off the stick of Lambert. Lamphere trying to clear it out as well. Romita, for the Sea Captains, is able to keep it in the zone. And now Cody Lambert starting out from behind his own cage. Lamphere gets turned around. Here's Byer now behind the net. Byer has Matt Ward in the slot waiting for it. Ward making his first appearance in the Norwich Sea Captains lineup for the first time in a while. And this time he's playing as a forward. Romita, his clearance attempt goes off the skates of Braden Kennedy. Second attempt, and Killian Ranger has his stick fail him. Boy, really hope that wasn't a Christmas present, as those things get a little expensive. Gens through center ice. Puck would have gone down for an icing, however, it went off the remains of Killian Ranger's stick, and so play continues as Aiden Bain has it in his own end, turns the puck over. A rising shot from the blue line by Tommy Lubin goes wide. Now Nuzzolillo sends back down low. First one there's Nolan Murphy, goes around the horn. Shot from the point gets blocked. Looking to clear his Loftus, instead gets it on up for Essing, and Essing's able to swing it out towards the red line. Back down into the Norwich zone. 4 minutes gone by in the first period. Aiden Bain able to poke it up ahead. 3-on-2 as the Sea Captains work down low. Bain then tried swinging one across the slot. That was behind Ethan Ranger. Ranger takes out a little frustration as he drills Nuzzolillo into the boards. Now Aiden Bain. Weakly up ahead, Joey McCready able to use his muscle and get Ethan Ranger down to the ice. Sea Captains trying to regroup in their own end. Instead it's turned over, sent across the slot. Now controlled by the Generals. Here's Nolan Zotter. Zotter's shot goes wide. Daryl Smith in the corner. Still battling for the puck with Nick Racker, captain of the Generals. Now Ethan Ranger. With a little extra time, he sends one over a ducking Brian Essing. Gets as far as the Gens blue line before it's turned up ice. Here's Zotter back the other way with a little speed. Zotter in, a shot, he scores! Nolan Zotter, inside out, and a backhand through the 5-hole of Cristo makes it 1-0 Generals. What a play by Nolan Zotter, as he manages to go from the far blue line all the way down. For Zotter, it is his 4th goal in only his 6th game played. He's been tendered by the NAHL Northeast Generals, and, well, you see why right there. So the Sea Captains playing from behind 5 minutes into the first period. Off the face-off, it gets sent down into the Gen zone. Lambert up the near side wall, gets it as far as Racker at center ice. Now Lambert gets around Kinahan. Lambert, offsides is called as Mateo Romita knocked it off of Lambert's stick right at the blue line. Face-off will be in front of the Norwich bench with 14:46 to go in the first period. Last-minute line change for the Sea Captains as Killian Ranger replaces Jamison Bain on the ice. Back underway as Romita sends this off the wall. This should go all the way down for an icing. Back to retrieve is Lambert, and there's the whistle. So we'll do it all over again now in the Sea Captain zone. 14:36 to go in the first period. A few of these Northeast Generals have had time up with their older brother, you could say, the NAHL squad, and that's something that you're seeing more and more often at the junior level, especially here on the East Coast. You have the Northeast Generals that have an NAHL and NA3HL team, ditto the New Jersey Titans and the Danbury Junior Hat-Tricks. With the puck is Evan Tower. Over the Generals blue line, Tower cutting towards the net, a shot on, saved by Joseph. Gens just as quickly clear it on out. Here's Lambert back with speed the other way, trying to outrace Moran. Moran scores! Cody Lambert goes upstairs, and it's 2-0 Generals, a pair of goals just a minute and a half apart. And Cody Lambert with a quick release. Puck was past the glove of Cristo before he even moved it. And for Lambert, it is his 6th goal of the season. So, now 6 minutes into the first period, and Northeast leads it 2-0. Sent down low. Around the wall, Ward looking to clear, unable to do so. Now Crisp, he gets knocked down. A centering feed knocked away by Moran. And here comes Tony Moran back the other way. His pass a little too far for Aiden Bain. Bain bumps shoulders with Ryan Cox. They end up behind the net. Up the wall, Loftus sees his puck right along the lip of the boards. And now back the other way they come. It's Sam Lamphere in the Zamboni corner. Throws it back to the point a little too well as that went right past Tommy Lubin all the way down. Mason Joseph out of his cage, and he'll set it on up for Nolan Murphy. Murphy off the boards. Lamphere back for Murphy. Nice defensive play by Nick Sachs at the blue line. Breaks up the rush. Now Frolik. Lost the puck to Kinahan. Kinahan sends it down deep. Ethan Ranger, the first one there. Right on top of him and taking his skates out from underneath him was Nolan Zotter. Meanwhile, Essing in front. Joseph makes the save. And now the Gens break out 3-on-2. Here's Braden Kennedy to the outside. Throws one towards the slot. That can't be completed with Nuzzolillo. Matt Nuzzolillo played his first NA3HL game against these Norwich Sea Captains. Got on the score sheet a couple times in that game as this puck rolls in on goal. Mason Joseph will hold on for a face-off to his left. 12:40 to go in the first period, and the Gens in control. It's 2-0. Ethan Ranger, Jack Kinahan, Brian Essing up front for the home squad. Off the face-off, however, it's going to be Nuzzolillo taking it back the other way. Turned around by Sachs. At center ice, Kennedy tried kicking one up ahead. Still loose in the neutral zone before Ethan Ranger picks it up and chips it down deep. Essing in pursuit. Lambert will get there first. He reverses up the far side wall. Cam Holton off the bench. Tries throwing one on goal. That's blocked by Nuzzolillo. Holton still with the puck in his skates. Eventually he gets sent on out. And back to retrieve is Tim Hayden. Hayden in his own end. Gives along for Daryl Smith. Smith's pass through center ice. Goes off the stick of Racker. Now Byer. Behind the net has a pair of Generals defensemen to deal with. Racker on the near side wall. Tries forcing it up ahead further. He's taken out by Killian Ranger. But still manages to give it along for Kennedy. Now Brandon Kennedy just missed wide. There was daylight on the blocker side, but Kennedy missed the 4x6. Now Matteo Romita. The Canadian defenseman gains the blue line and sends it down deep. First one there is Jackson Schouten. Schouten taken out by Holton. Killian Ranger behind the net chasing after it. Now Schouten, far side, picks up Caden Hess. Hess with a little time, sends one into the skates of Racker. That immediately bounces on over onto the stick of Zotter. Behind the net, Byer tries going up the wall. No sail there. Zotter has the puck roll off of his stick. At the point, a one-time shot, gloved down by Christo. And he'll hold on as Tommy Lubin was looking to get into this. And now a fight breaks out right in front of the net. Nick Racker drops his gloves and takes Matteo Romita down to the ice. Romita didn't even get his gloves off. Curious to see what the penalties will be out of this. As again, Romita didn't actually have time to take his gloves off, so he's still going to end up in the box. But I would not be surprised if perhaps we see a 5-minute major against Racker, but only 2 minutes against Romita. We'll have to see what the official call is. Haven't had a penalty yet in this game. Rather, somewhat of a gentlemanly game so far. Everybody's still feeling the Christmas spirit, perhaps. So Sean Gorman and Sean Loftus, those two were teammates last year with the Generals. Wait to see what the officials come up with. No penalties have come our way just yet. Going over the scoring so far, these two goals just 57 seconds apart. At the 4:59 mark, Nolan Zotter, his 4th of the year, unassisted. At 5:52, Cody Lambert, his 6th of the year. Zach Sinopel picks up the lone helper there. Looks like the officials have made their decision. And they're telling the coaches. It'd be nice if they could tell us as well, but unfortunately we're lower in the pecking order. Looks as though the faceoff is going to come outside of the zone, and it's going to go all the way down into the Gens end. So 2 minutes on the board up for Racker, and it seems as though that might be it. So Nick Racker might have just picked up 4 minutes for roughing, 2 minutes for roughing against Matteo Romita. Gens will need to put somebody into the penalty box to serve the penalty for Racker. But either way, the Norwich Sea Captains are going to go on to their first power play of the afternoon, trailing by 2. The Sea Captains come in ranked 26th overall in the power play. They kill, or rather they convert on 20.7% of their man advantages. Meanwhile, the Northeast Generals, their penalty kill has been a great strength for them this year. They're 2nd overall in the league. They kill off 88.2% of their penalties. Sent all the way down the ice, Christo out of his cage will wrap one around to the near side wall. Evan Tower lost possession of the puck. Here's Caden Hess short-handed. Thought about a shot, but instead just decides to kill more time off the clock as he retreats into his own end before flipping on back down. Tim Hayden there to collect in his own zone. D to D for Moran. Moran reverses along for Ethan Ranger. 45 seconds already gone by on the power play as Hayden gains the zone and sends it down deep. Evan Tower, the first one there, has to deal with the defense of Schouten. Behind the net, lost possession of the puck. Puck squirts off the kick plate, stays in the zone as Smith gloves it to his stick, gives along Ethan Ranger a rising shot, and that goes off the shoulder of Joseph. Schouten this time goes off the glass all the way down. Christo will leave it along for Sean Loftus. Loftus, the captain of the Sea Captains, from the blue line gives along for Daryl Smith. Smith over the blue line, offsides is called as one of the Norwich forwards on the far side of the ice got ahead of the play. Faceoff will be out in the neutral zone. 9:50 to go in the first period. 40 seconds to go in Norwich's first power play of the afternoon. It'll be Tegan Beyer and Matt Nozzolillo on the draw. On a 50-50 draw, it goes back to Loftus, who sends it down deep. Chasing after this is Lubin. Joseph, however, leaves it behind the net. Comes around to the far side. Sinopol can't get around the defense of Smith. Now Essing sends it back down low, outside the reach of Kinahan. Behind his own net, Joey McCready sends one off the wall. Nozzolillo can't get it out. Here's Beyer with a shot, saved by Joseph. Now Essing. Loftus. D to D across Kinahan. Kinahan a bit handcuffed on the shot. Never got through as it was blocked by McCready. Nozzolillo will send it all the way down. Christo steers it into the corner. 10 seconds to go on the Norwich power play. Here's Tegan Beyer with some open ice in front of him. Quickly closed off by Cody Lambert, and Gorman's able to clear. 2 seconds and 1, and we're back to 5-a-side hockey. 9:10 to go in the first period. Jen's looking for more. It's a quick shot on, saved by Christo. The rebound bounces over a couple Jen skates, ends up in the neutral zone. Schouten gets it as far as the Norwich blue line, but now Braden Kennedy steals it away. Kennedy in. He goes off the post, does not count as the official waves it off. Boy, from our angle here, it looked pretty close. 8:45 to go in the first, and the Gens still threatening. Here's Kennedy sending one in front. Backhand shot, kicked aside. Norwich looking to clear, they will, as Aiden Bain gives along for Jamison Bain. No relation. Lambert behind the net. Picked up by Hess, and that gets pitchforked off one of the ceiling supports here. Faceoff will be down in the general zone, but on that last opportunity by Braden Kennedy, curious to see if the officials talk about it at all, because it took an odd angle out of the net, and you didn't hear the iron that you normally would. Considering that the officials are not going to huddle up and talk about this, if it did cross the goal line, the Sea Captains luck out. 8:26 to go in the first. Ethan Ranger on the draw against Braden Kennedy. Ranger wins it back. Loftus, D to D Moran. Moran from the point. That one goes wide. Now Kinahan in front, and Essing unable to get a stick on it. Now Nolan Murphy. From the neutral zone, he'll send it down deep. Able to quickly get it on out is Loftus. At center ice. Generals regroup, and now here's Braden Kennedy. Given along for Nolan Murphy. Murphy tried sending one through the slot. Nobody home for the Generals. Cleared out as far as the neutral zone before Joey McCready sends it back the other way. Murphy knocked down by Loftus. Loftus tried giving it along for Holton. A shot on, and that one goes off the post. Might have gotten a piece of it with the shaft of his stick, was Patrick Christo. Essing looking to clear. He'll flip it down into the northeast zone. Mason Joseph steers it along for McCready. McCready into the midsection of Frolik. And now McCready following up on the play. He's able to get it up to the Norwich blue line. Turned around was Crisp. And now Moran. As the Norwich forwards had already left the zone. Lamphere, a shot, gloved down by Christo. And he'll hold on for a face-off to his left. 7:16 to go in the first period. A pair of goals, 57 seconds apart, have the Generals ahead 2-0. Evan Tower on the defensive zone face-off. He goes up against Aiden Frolik. Frolik, a native of Flower Mound, Texas. They got plenty of towns down there. Shot on. Is it in? They score! Sam Lamphere. 3-0 Generals. Broken play off the face-off. Puck was rattling around in front of net. Lamphere, the right-handed shot, sees it on his stick, and he's able to get it just past the outstretched leg of Patrick Christo to make this a 3-0 game with 7:08 to go in the first period. The Generals, so far this year, this is the 5th meeting between these two teams. The Gens have won all 4. Their last game, most goals that the Northeast Generals have scored in a game so far this season, that was a 12-1 victory in favor of the Gens. That came up in Attleboro in December. Loose puck, picked up, a shot saved by Christo. Rebound comes out towards the point. Here's Lubin with a shot, and that was deflected wide. Frolik tried forcing one towards the front of the cage, a whole brigade of Sea Captains in front of him, and so it gets turned over. And Nick Sachs gives up ahead for Matt Ward. Ward has the puck roll off of his stick. Lubin gives along for Racker, who's now out of the penalty box. Here's Nick Racker. Lost possession of the puck as Nick Sachs threw his shoulder. Ethan Ranger looking to clear it on out. Instead, it's Lubin throwing one towards the front of the net. Paddled aside by Cristo, off the glass, and as far as the red line before the Gens regroup once again. Here's Cody Lambert to the outside. Lambert gets around the check of Smith, swings around behind the net, tries throwing one in front. That went off the skates of Sachs. And so Patrick Cristo will hold on for a face-off to his right with 6:04 to go in the first period, and the Generals leading 3-0. Stepping in for the draw is Ethan Ranger. He'll go up against Nolan Zotter, who had the first goal in this game, and it was a pretty one. Actually going to be Brian Essing on the draw. And Essing with the face-off win. Essing off the boards, not out of the zone, kept alive by Cox. Moran can't get around Caden Hess. Now Essing simply throws it up the wall onto the tape of Hess, and then Hess's shot gets ramped up out of play. Well, that one might have landed over by Mohegan's son if it wasn't for the ceiling here. 5:48 to go in the first period. And another face-off in the Sea Captain zone. It's Nick Racker on the draw against Brian Essing. Essing with another face-off win. You don't see Essing take too many face-offs for the Sea Captains, but well, he's 2 for 2 so far. Here's Essing with the puck. His pass too far to be controlled by Kinahan. Kinahan then comes together with Hess. They caught a linesman in between them. Sent back on down, and Mason Joseph will settle it down behind his cage. Picked up by Ryan Cox. Cox turns the puck over. Sent in front, saved by Joseph. The rebound bouncing around in the blue paint, and the Generals are able to clear. Best offensive opportunity so far for the Sea Captains. Back the other way they come. Cutting towards the front of net's Victor Sorokin. Sorokin, one move too many, lost possession of the puck. McCready keeps it alive at the blue line. McCready stick handling in front of Aiden Bain, eventually sends it down low into the corner. More players come together as the scrum works its way up the wall. Here's McCready with the puck again, given along for Sorokin. Sorokin then had it knocked off of his stick. This goes all the way down the ice. No icing on the plane, so Mason Joseph will venture out of his cage to set it on up for Owen, or check that for Tommy Lubin. Now here's Gorman. At center ice, Jamison Bain lost possession. Romita up ahead. Killian Ranger will send it down deep. Bouncing puck once again settled down by Joseph. McCready goes around to the near side wall, and the Gens are able to clear. Under 4.5 to play in the first. Here's Hayden. Tower turned around by McCready. Loose puck picked up by Sorokin. And the Gens are able to send it on down. No icing on the play as Mateo Romita has to play it behind his own net. Romita sends one off the skates of Jamison Bain. That's a turnover. McCready gives on down for Gorman. In the far corner, Timmy Hayden looking to clear the puck out. Puck eventually pops on out. Killian Ranger, first attempt couldn't get it out. Second attempt, he'll keep it himself. He gains the red line and sends it down deep before going off for a change. Joseph left behind the net for Gorman. Tegan Byer on the forecheck as well, fresh off the bench. Cam Holton can't take the puck away from Nuzzolillo. Still manages to pester Nuzzolillo enough to eventually force a turnover. Now Daryl Smith has his stick lifted by Nolan Murphy. Murphy unable to maintain possession of the puck. Smith again gets it out as far as the neutral zone. Ward at the blue line. Knocked off his stick by Kennedy. Ward then swings it along into an empty area. Daryl Smith the first one there. He'll chip it up ahead to the neutral zone. Too far for Byer. And now it's Nuzzolillo back the other way. Matt Nuzzolillo overskated the puck. Takes a hit from Sachs. Puck still in Sachs' skates. Sent out towards center ice. And Lubin. Or check that, Lambert from the neutral zone sends it on down. Nuzzolillo from the wall, and that goes wide. Byer chips it up ahead. Here's Matt Ward. Ward crunched up against the boards by Jackson Schouten, and then Schouten wraps his arms around him and takes him down to the ice. Those two still pushing and shoving on the ice in the general zone. And eventually they're able to separate as Nuzzolillo bounces one wide of the cage. Smith plays it off the wall. Tegan Byer will chase after this. Lambert manages to shield him off of the puck. And now Austin Crisp Through center ice, it's Braden Kennedy with under 2.5 to go in the first period. Kennedy, puck on his backhand, lost possession. Now Lamphere, who already has a goal in this game, goes back to Lambert at the point. Lambert, a shot saved by Cristo, and then a quick whistle by the official will result in a face-off deep in the Norwich zone. 2:12 to go in the first period, and the Generals holding on to a 3-0 lead. Busy week up ahead for the Norwich Sea Captains. They'll be in action again tomorrow, hitting the road and going on down to New Jersey. A 12:30 face-off down in Middletown. And then they'll be in action again right back here at home on the 17th, a 12 o'clock face-off against the Long Beach Sharks. Still lots of hockey to play before either of those games as the Gens once again break into the zone. A one-timer attempt by Frolik was misfired. Behind the net they go. And now it's Lubin trying to send down low. Hayden intercepts, and he flips it as far as the red line. Cox at his own blue. Turns away from Ethan Ranger. Cox then soccers one up ahead. That was knocked away by Kinahan. Picked up by Ranger, and Ranger flips it on down into the northeast zone. Aiden Bain on the forecheck. Can't get around Lubin. Lubin gets it as far as the neutral zone. Hayden at the blue line. Maintains possession of the puck, and then his pass behind Bain. So that results in the Gens going the other way. Here's Lamphere. Puck on his backhand, he stops behind the net, swings it on back for Ryan Cox, pinching in from the point. Aiden Bain there as well, picked up now by Racker. At the point, it's Frolik. That shot goes well wide. 1:05 to go in the period. Here's Romita. Jamison Bain knocked off his stick. Lubin back the other way. Lubin throws along far side. Caden Hess, shot deflects into the corner. Racker wanting to go back up to the point where he was expecting Tommy Lubin to be. Lubin had already gotten closer towards the middle of the ice. And so in his own end, it's Joey McCready with 45 to go in the first period. At center, or rather still in the zone, as Jamison Bain was able to break things up temporarily. Now Caden Hess takes it back the other way. Hess over the line. Knocked off his stick. Zotter had an opportunity at it. Zotter will actually keep it in the zone and send it down deep. Nick Sachs the first one there. Racker on top of him. 23 to go in the period. Here is Caden Hess, top of the slot. A shot goes off the high glass behind the cage of Cristo. Evan Tower looking to work it on out from that Zamboni corner. 12 seconds to go in the period. Killian Ranger. Buck still pinned up against the wall. 7 seconds to go. Referee beckons play on. 5 seconds to go. Still a loose puck in the Norwich zone. 2 seconds and 1, and that'll do it. So at the end of the first period of play, Braden Kennedy on the draw for the Generals. And we're back underway. Second period of action here from the Rose Garden Ice Arena. Thanks again for tuning on in, folks. I'm Zach McGinnis. You're watching this game along with all NA3HL games this season right here on Hockey TV. An aggressive forecheck by the Sea Captains early on. Generals come up with possession of the puck, and they look to work it on out. Nolan Murphy gets run into by Tegan Beyer. Eventually, it's poked on out towards center ice. Now here's Romita. Romita, one hands one down into the Generals zone. Officially on the penalties from that little fracas early on in the first period. Nick Racker received a double minor for roughing. Meanwhile, back the other way they come. They score! Braden Kennedy, robbed in the first, gets it in the second. It's 4-0. Oh, we had just finished talking about how important the beginning of this period would be. And the Northeast Generals, they heard that Braden Kennedy goes upstairs over the blocker side of Patrick Cristo. And for Kennedy, it is his 12th goal of the year. And the Generals lead it 4-0. But finishing up the thought before Kennedy so rudely interrupted us, it was Nick Racker with a double minor for roughing. Mateo Romita with only a single minor for roughing. So Romita still looking for his first fight at the junior level. Meanwhile, puck in front. Cristo got a shoulder on it, cleared out of danger by the Norwich D as far as the red line before it's flipped back down by Joey McCready. And this time Cristo takes no chances. He'll hold on with the impending forecheck of Nick Racker bearing down on him. So face-off coming up to the left of Cristo, just 1 minute and 11 seconds into the second period. As mentioned earlier, Patrick Cristo making his NA3HL debut after spending the last 2 years with the Rochester Vipers of the USPHL. Cristo an 0-1 birth year, so looking forward to playing at the collegiate level next year. Right now, he has the puck behind the net as Nick Racker reverses it to an empty area. Nick Sachs the first one there, and Sachs goes hard off the boards but not out of the zone. Now down low. Racker sends one towards the slot. Nolan Zotter knocked off his stick by Sachs. Zotter goes back to the point. McCready sends one that goes off a glass stanchion and ends up in the near side corner. Sent on goal, saved by Cristo. And Brian Essing able to get the puck out of the zone. Now Zotter turns the puck over. Here's Kinahan in, saved by Joseph, and he holds on as Jack Kinahan suddenly found himself on a mini breakaway. And Mason Joseph, you see how aggressively he came out of his cage. He's beyond the top of the crease. It's essentially 2 creases away from the goal. That's how far out Joseph came to cut down on the angle, and he makes the glove save. Bouncing puck off the draw, ends up behind the net. Lambert comes around to the near side wall, can't be controlled by Sinople. Romita from the blue line, in and out of the glove of Joseph. Loose puck picked up, and now taking it out is Cody Lambert. Lambert over the red line and over the blue. Lambert to the outside, snapped on, saved by Cristo, and he holds on. Face-off will be to his left. 2:14 gone by in the second period. The Gens, courtesy of Braden Kennedy, have already found the back of the net. Officially, it's going to be Kennedy's 12th, assisted by Matt Nuzzolillo and Nolan Murphy. A shot off the draw, handled by Cristo. We'll do it all over again to his left. Brendan Pellerito dressed as the backup today for the Norwich Sea Captains. Another shot saved by Cristo. Cam Holton picks up the puck at the blue line, can't get around Lambert. Knocked out of the zone by Romita. And Sea Captains trying to go through center ice. Tegan Byer lost possession of the puck. And now Sean Gorman throws it right here in front of us. Cody Lambert picks up the puck. He's canceled out by a pair of Sea Captains, but Sorokin following up on the play sends a shot that goes over the top of the net. Now Ryan Cox behind the net. Sinople centering feed, intercepted by Tegan Byer. Byer then lost possession of the puck. Sorokin picks it up. Sorokin sends one on goal, and Sinople with the deflection saved by Cristo. Now Romita. He sends that one hard off one of those ceiling supports. Face-off will remain in the Sea Captain zone. Important for the Sea Captains, though, is that you're able to change when you have something like that. It's one of the tricks that we used at our old college rink. This is, well, over 10 years ago. Don't need to tell you folks exactly how long ago, but the rink is Fort DuPont Ice Arena down in Washington, D.C., located in the Anacostia neighborhood. Got about 35 feet of vertical clearance on one side. That's the side that has the grandstand where some of the great fans of Catholic University would watch those games. On the other side where the benches are, you could poke the roof with your stick. So if we were pinned in our own end, we knew that going hard off the glass, bounce it off the ceiling, you get a whistle, sure. Face-off's in your own end, but you get some fresh legs on the ice. Most importantly, you don't get called 2 minutes for delay of game. Well, that was, well, seems like half a lifetime ago now, as at the junior level, it's sent back into the zone. Turned over in the corner, sharp angle attempt, saved by Cristo. Following up on the play, Nolan Murphy sends it wide. Aiden Bain looking to poke it past Lubin. Lubin, one hand on his stick, has it knocked away. At center ice, Frolik sends it back down into the Norwich zone. Aiden Bain fights through a couple Generals defenders, still pursuing the puck. Through center ice, Loftus weakly sends one that goes off the boards in front of the Norwich bench. Here's Schouten. Pinned up against the wall by Kinahan. Schouten sends it up the same side wall, turns it over. Evan Tower, a shot fluttering on goal, knocked away by Joseph. Essing on the forecheck. Behind the net, it pops out onto the stick of Lubin. Moran keeps it alive. Lubin behind his net again, reverses. Schouten gives along for Nuzzolillo. Nuzzolillo flips it out as far as the neutral zone. Now up ahead, here's Murphy in. Saved by Cristo, and he holds on. Oh, Nolan Murphy came out of nowhere, showing off the wheels, picks up the loose puck. And Patrick Cristo made the glove save. Didn't know where the rebound was until it popped out in front of him. And he's able to clamp that big catching glove on top of it. Face off to Cristo's left. 4:47 gone by in the second period. And the Generals now up 4-0. It's Ethan Ranger on the draw against Nolan Zotter. Ranger with the face-off win. Smith is able to flip it on out. Now here's Aiden Bain racing up ahead. Joey McCready cutting off the angle, and he sends Bain into the corner. Puck there as well. Picked up by Zotter. He goes far side, putting one off the stick of Racker. Racker skates up to the puck, gets around Daryl Smith. Both of them go down to the ice from his knees. Racker's centering feed gets blocked. A shot on, saved by Cristo. Popped up. McCready keeps it alive at the blue line. Now Jamison Bain. Gave it along for Smith. Smith unable to flip it out. McCready sends it into the near side. Here's Caden Hess fanning on the shot. Hess off the boards, back for Cox. Cox, a one-timer deflected by Racker wide. Zotter picks up the puck. Goes back to McCready. McCready goes back Zotter. Zotter top of the circle. Giving along Racker. Now Cox stepping in, a shot, deflects in front wide. Loose puck in the corner. Neither team able to come up with possession. Eventually, Nick Racker is able to do so. Racker can't get it around Sachs. Ethan Ranger following up on the play. Gets it down into the northeast zone. Quickly knocked away by Caden Hess. Racker sends it back down into the Norwich zone, and the Gens will go off for a change. Daryl Smith simply throws it around the wall. Generals need to be careful. They don't have too many men on the ice. Looks as though they're able to keep just the 5 out there. Back out towards center ice as Nuzzolillo. Gives back to Lambert, and now Schouten. 3-on-2 they come. Nuzzolillo with speed, blows around Sachs. Sent in front and unable to complete the pass was Nolan Murphy. Murphy already with a goal in this period. Now Matt Ward. The Yukon product lost possession of the puck. Here's Murphy with a shot, saved by Cristo. The rebound on the side of the cage. Unable to pull the trigger was Braden Kennedy. Kennedy tripped up on the play. Play continues. Now Schouten sends it all the way around the roulette wheel, stepping on in, and picking it up as Cody Lambert throws it on goal, saved by Cristo. And the face-off will be to Patrick Cristo's left. 13:07 to go in the second period. Gens leading 4-0. As mentioned in the first period, the Generals outshot the Sea Captains by a 13-11 margin. And they have a much higher shot differential here in the second. It's Holton sending one off the glass, jumping up. Is Schouten, and then deflected in front, saved by Cristo. Puck loose on the side of the cage, and somehow Patrick Cristo is able to keep that out as Braden Kennedy, with a deflection on the side of the cage, a shot that was going to go well wide, suddenly was earmarked for the back of the net, if not for the save by Patrick Cristo. Face off to his left as Tegan Byer wins it on back. Nuzzolillo for Northeast, looking to work it on out. Puck squirts out into the slot. Picked up by Tegan Byer, and Byer will gain the red line before he's hip-checked into the boards by Cody Lambert. Following up on that play is Cam Holton. Holton wiped out behind the net. Romita at center ice. Byer will send it back down. Holton, however, needs to touch up, and that allows the Sea Captains an opportunity to change. Here's Nuzzolillo. He's got speed, given along for Kennedy. Kennedy stops, looks for an option, sends across far side Murphy. Murphy fans on the shot, goes behind the net, sent in front, saved by Cristo, and he holds on. Well, Murphy didn't get anything that he wanted on that shot, but the puck comes off the backboards. Nuzzolillo, a blind backhand pass through the legs, finds Kennedy in the slot. But Patrick Cristo, coming up big for the Sea Captains, makes the save. Face-off will be to his left. 12:15 to go in the second period. Off the draw, steered aside by Cristo. Sorokin trying to come up with possession of the puck. Sorokin goes back to Lubin at the point. Lubin's shot goes off the skates of Evan Tower in front. Moran unable to clear. Tower following up on the play. He can't get it out either. Now Moran. This time playing one off the glass, ends up in the possession of Jack Kinahan. Kinahan centering feed, intercepted by McCready. McCready sends it up the wall, but not out. Kinahan has the puck go off of his skates. Now at center ice, turning away from pressure is Sorokin. Directed along Gorman, tripped up on the play was Zach Sinopel. That's going to be a penalty against the Sea Captains once they gain possession. Meanwhile, to the bench, Mason Joseph, extra attacker on for the Gens. A sharp angle attempt gets blocked. Kinahan gets control of the puck. And with 11:25 to go in the second period, the Northeast Generals are going to go on to their first power play of the afternoon. Already leading 4-0. Jack Kinahan will sit 2 minutes for tripping. Coming into this game, the Generals, their power play, well, it could still use some work. They're ranked 27th overall in the league. They convert on 20% of their opportunities. For the Sea Captains, their penalty kill is ranked 27th in the league. They kill off 61.7% of their penalties. So let's see what the Gens can do with a man advantage, already leading by 4. Here's Nuzzolillo. Given down low Murphy. The return pass goes through everybody and all the way down the ice. Aiden Frolik, the first one to it. Tegan Byer on the forecheck. He'll smoke out Frolik to the near side. Frolik gives along Nuzzolillo. Here's Matt Nuzzolillo. Tried centering one. Puck hopped over his stick. Sachs will send Nuzzolillo into the corner. Meanwhile, back up at the point is Frolik. Down low Nuzzolillo. Centering feed. Poked away by Byer. Coming in from the points, Tommy Lubin. Lubin goes back up high. Braden Kennedy walking towards the front. And then a shot saved by Christo. Smith can't outmuscle Nuzzolillo for the puck. Sent down low. Sachs breaks things up, plays it off the wall, but not out. Lubin controls, gives along Frolik. Frolik at the blue line. Pestered by Ethan Ranger. Sent around behind the net. Nolan Murphy. Back for Frolik. Frolik a shot and he missed high. Puck goes out of play. Face-off will remain in the Norwich zone. 55 seconds to go on the Gens' first power play of the game. 10:19 to go in the second period. It'll be Racker, Zotter, and Caden Hess up front for the Gens. McCready and Schouten on the blue line. Evan Tower, Brian Essing up front for the penalty-killing Norwich Sea Captains, with Hayden and Romita as the defenseman. Here's Schouten with the puck. Schouten a drive. His shot goes off the shoulder of Christo and out of play. Face-off once again will be in the Sea Captain zone with 43 seconds to go in the Gens power play. DeMar McCoy on the far side must be a Cubs fan as he throws the puck back out onto the ice. McCoy, normally the backup goaltender for the Generals, and what a story he is when it comes to developing and having patience. Last year, McCoy was on the roster of the Danbury Junior Hat Tricks at the NA3HL level. Did not appear in a game for Danbury. And then he comes on up to the Northeast Generals as this one's sent in front, saved by Christo. He holds on. McCoy then comes along to the Northeast Generals, and all he's done this year is put up a 13-2 record with a goals against of 2.26 and a save percentage of 91.4. Not bad numbers for a goaltender who isn't even dressed in this game. Sent all the way down the ice by Brian Essing. Mason Joseph will leave it behind the cage. You take a look at the rankings of goaltenders at the NA3HL level. McCoy is currently ranked 13th overall. Mason Joseph is ranked 3rd. Evan Tower behind the net of Christo, who'd like to put up some numbers like that himself. Sent out of the zone. Penalty has expired as Matt Ward chases after the loose puck. He's canceled out by Schouten. McCready given along. And now Nolan Zotter draws a pair of Sea Captains as he sends the puck down into the Norwich zone. Romita showing patience, turns around in the corner, and then simply sends it all the way down the ice. This should be icing. And there's the whistle as Cam Holton was right on the doorstep. He has a couple words with Jackson Schouten, but the faceoff will come back down into the Norwich zone. 8:56 to go in the second period. And the Sea Captains trailing 4-0. Ward, Holton, Jamison Bain up front. Romita and Hayden at the point. For the Gens, stepping on in is Sean Gorman. He's got Victor Solokin in the shooter's position. Looked like Northeast Generals head coach Darrell Locke wanted a quick word with the official. Not sure what that was about, but either way, about to get underway as Solokin swings it on back to Lambert at the point. Lambert, top of the circle, a shot gets blocked. Now Solokin, his shot, he scores! Victor Solokin, 5-0 Generals. And that's a goal that Patrick Christo will want back, as it seemed like Solokin's shot simply confused him going to the glove side. I think Christo was still worried about the net being off of its moorings as well, but for Victor Solokin, it's another goal on the year, his 5th of the season, and the Generals lead it 5-0. Big hit right in front of a Norwich bench as Ethan Ranger got taken down hard. Puck still in the Gen zone momentarily before it's worked on out by Zach Sinopel. Falling down on the play was Lambert. Where's the puck? Looks like it's in the Norwich bench. As fun as that would be, you can't exactly play the puck from there, and looks as though that's going to do it for Patrick Christo, as he is being relieved by Brendan Pellerito. So Pellerito now in goal to our left after Christo surrenders 5 goals in just about 32 minutes of play. Scoreboard says 6 right now. I imagine they'll fix that at some point. But Pellerito now in goal to our left. Brendan Pellerito, nominally the starting goaltender for the Norwich Sea Captains. He comes in with a personal record of 1-9-1, a goals against average of 4.21, a save percentage of 89.4. As it is sent back down into the general zone, and then off the glove of Ethan Ranger and out of play. 7:48 to go in the second period. Face-off should come out into the neutral zone, as it did go off the glove of Ethan Ranger. Looks as though that's where the officials are directing everyone. It'll be Tegan Beyer on the draw up against Aiden Frolik. Frolik with a clean face-off win back. McCready goes D-to-D for Lubin, and then Lubin off the wall, unable to clear. From his belly, Sam Lamphere managed to get possession, gave it along for Crisp, who sends it down deep, and Pellerito. The Kalamazoo, Michigan native sends it into the near side corner. Lubin from the point. That was blocked. Lambert goes back to McCready at the point. McCready, a shot, bounces in on goal, saved by Pellerito, and he holds on. Well, it's always difficult for a goaltender who has simply been sitting on the bench to come into any game, but a deflected shot like that just seems mean. Pellerito more than equal to the task, however. Face off to his left with 7:25 to go in the second period. Off the draw, puck gets worked behind the net. Sea Captains will take possession as Darrell Smith goes off the glass. Gloved by McCready just over the blue line. Generals had to touch up, they do. Essing now pinned up against the wall as he battles with Lamphere. Puck squirts past McCready. From center ice, sent back down by Lubin. Now thrown up ahead for Tegan Beyer. Beyer into the Gen zone, drops off Essing. Essing given back for Beyer, he scores! Tegan Beyer! And it's 5-1. For Beyer, it's his 9th goal of the season, as he snaps a shot through the 5-hole of Mason Joseph. That ruins the hope for Joseph to record his league-leading 6th shutout of the year. But the Gens still lead 5-1. 6:56 to go in the second period. And if the Sea Captains are going to make this interesting, they need a couple more of those. Off the draw, it's Evan Tower run over by Lambert. Tower quickly back up to his feet, and now Lambert with the puck. Lambert and Tower behind the net. Tower again gets knocked down by Lambert, this time with the reverse hit. Physicality suddenly picking up in this game as Evan Tower in front of the net tried to jam one on the short side. It passed Joseph. Puck comes out towards the blue line, picked up, and now here's Jackson Schouten leading a 2-on-1. He gets turned around by Ward, looking for a penalty with Schouten. There's none coming. Hayden, D-to-D across for Romita. Romita off the wall, got it out of the zone. Now Matt Ward can't get around Nuzzolillo. Matt Nuzzolillo sends down low. Picks up some help from Kennedy. Kennedy's pass intercepted by Ward, and Ward's able to work it on out. Here's Jamison Bain. 4-on-2 are the Sea Captains across the Generals line. Hayden, a centering feed, can't complete with Ward. Flipped up and out of the zone. Looking to play it to himself is Braden Kenny. He's got his stick behind his back like John Mayer playing a guitar. Kennedy holding the stick the right way now, sends it down deep. Romita forced off by Murphy, sent into the near side corner where Matt Ward will pick it up. Ward flips one through center ice, soccered ahead by Lubin, and cleared back on down. Now Hayden. And Ward and Hayden again. His pass onto the stick of Tony Moran. Moran chips one down into the General's zone. Mason Joseph just hanging out on his crossbar. Thought that it was going to be an icing call. Play continues as Caden Hess throws this one off the ceiling. And the face-off will be in the neutral zone. That's the third or fourth time that the puck has gone off the ceiling here. And, well, you've got some decent vertical clearance, but apparently everybody wants to dent the insulation that keeps this place freezing cold. 5:12 to go in the second period. Tegan Byer on the draw against Nolan Zotter. Byer with the clean face-off win, and so Sean Loftus sends one all the way down into the Gen zone. Killian Ranger beaten to the puck, now has it at the top of the circle. A shot punched up and out of play by Mason Joseph. Face-off will be in the General zone as Joseph got enough elevation on that to get it over the protective netting behind the net. So an offensive zone face-off for Tegan Byer. Clean face-off win by Zotter. Sends the puck behind the net. In pursuit is Killian Ranger. He's beaten to the puck by Cox. Cox and Ranger still battling for it. Meanwhile, Caden Hess will pick it up. And Hess gaining speed over center red and now into the Norwich zone. Caden Hess to the outside. His shot saved by Pellerito. Puck is loose in the slot. Everybody looking at it. Eventually, Killian Ranger directs it up ahead. And now Aiden Bain looking to skate into one. Lost possession of the puck. Loftus following up on the play. He has an opportunity. Shot gets blocked. Killian Ranger throws it on. That's blocked as well. Tommy Lubin getting in the way of both of them. Lubin now with the puck in the near side corner. Plays it along the wall where he picks up Caden Hess. Hess over the red line. Past the outstretched stick of Essing. Throws one on goal. That's swallowed up by Pellerito. And the faceoff will be to Pellerito's left. 4:13 to go in the second period. Northeast leading Norwich by a 5-1 score. Very curious to see what the shots on goal end up being for the second period, as the Gens, especially for the first 10 minutes or so of the period, really dominated the course of play. But ever since giving up the fifth goal and replacing Patrick Cristo with Brennan Pellerito, the Sea Captains are playing better, and they finally found the back of the net, solving Mason Joseph for the first time. Here's Darryl Smith in his own end, sent around far side. Jackson Schouten keeps it in the zone, then pins his skate up against the wall to keep it in again. Stick handling with the puck is Victor Solokin. He had the goal that chased Cristo from the cage. Sent back down into the Sea Captains end. Darryl Smith will pick it up. And Smith trying to settle the puck down at the red line. Eventually just gets it as far as the awaiting stick of Jackson Schouten. Solokin played it up ahead. Now alone in front. It's Gorman, a backhand shot. Saved by Pellerito. And he holds on as Sean Gorman, perhaps asking, why, oh why, wasn't I a right-handed shot, as he had to take that on his backhand. And Brennan Pellerito, coming out to the edge of his crease, really took away any angle that Gorman would have had. 3:29 to go in the second period. Face-off coming up to Brennan Pellerito's right. It'll be Aiden Frolik on the draw against Ethan Ranger. Frolik has Lamphere waiting for the pass. Gets it. Lamphere shot saved by Pellerito. Puck is loose in front of the cage. Picked up by Romita, and he's able to clear. Now Killian Ranger gains the blue line and sends it down deep. Matteo Romita, the defenseman, the first one to the puck behind the net. Killian Ranger there as well. Ranger centering feed. Nobody home wearing a white jersey. Ranger still battling for the puck in the corner. Gets sent around into the near side wall. Ethan Ranger doing battle with Sam Lamphere in a battle of 24s. Sent along far side. Crisp, unable to get it out. Cam Holton now behind the cage. He'll come out to the same side, and Mason Joseph was expecting a shot, but Holton unable to pull the trigger. Now Lamphere into the Norwich zone. Manages to split a couple Norwich defenders, but lost possession of the puck, sent back down. Racing back to get it is Ryan Cox. He gives it along for Frolik. 2.5 to go in the second period. Frolik's pass to nobody in particular. Icing is called as Timmy Hayden picks up. Faceoff will come back down into the northeast zone with 2:28 to go. Looks like it'll be Evan Tower on the draw. Tower, an 02 birth year out of Salem, Connecticut. He's flanked by Aiden Bain and Matt Ward. Loftus on the point alongside Tony Moran. Off the draw, sent around to the far side. Moran pinching in from the point, slams it back on down behind the cage. Frolik picks up that loose puck, sends it off the boards but not out. Loftus at the blue line, a bit handcuffed by Nuzzolillo. Puck still in the zone as Aiden Bain goes down low for Ward. Ward takes a hit, still managed to get the puck over to the far side. Evan Tower giving a go at it as Austin Crisp pins the puck up against the wall. Puck now squirts on out. Crisp deftly plays it up ahead. Ward manages to keep it in, but then the puck not only hits one of those ceiling supports, it likes it so much it's pinned up there. Wonder what practice that puck will fall down on and, well, surprise somebody. 1:52 to go in the second period. Frolik managed to draw a crowd of Sea Captains. Not sure if they were comparing Christmas presents or not, but face-off should be down in the Gen zone. Let's see where eventually they line it up. Would love to tell you folks about all the other games going on in the NA3HL today, but there's none to be had. This is the only game on the docket today, so whether you're listening from Attleboro, somewhere around the Norwich area, or really anywhere in the world, thanks for joining us. Off the draw in the Gen zone, Kennedy with a clean win back. Sent around, Nuzzolillo sends it as far as the neutral zone. Turned over, Ward lost the puck and escapes. Nuzzolillo following up on the play with speed. Nuzzolillo in, he scores! Matt Nuzzolillo does it all himself. 6-1 Generals. Boy, the wheels that Matt Nuzzolillo has on display once again. It's the acceleration that he has as well. He can go from a standstill to suddenly top speed in 2 or 3 strides. There's a reason why he's getting looks at the NAHL level. And well, you saw it why right there. So Nuzzolillo, who already has an assist in this game, now has a goal. It is his 14th of the year. His team leading 34th point of the year. Second on the team for the Generals is Peyton Felix, who's not dressed today. He's got 31 points in 22 games. Not bad. 80 seconds to go in the period. Tegan Beyer gives back Kinahan, then Kinahan plays it up ahead for Brian Essing. Here comes Essing into the zone. Essing can't get around the stout defense of Tommy Lubin. Puck thrown over far side. Lubin will pick it up, and from the neutral zone, sends it into the skates of Nolan Murphy. Now finally into the zone. Hayden played off the boards. Lubin tries kicking it deeper into the zone. Manages to work out on the second time. Given down low for Murphy. Murphy cutting in. Bad angle, gloved by Pellerito, and he holds on. 54 seconds to go in the second period. 6-1 your score. Northeast with the lead. Face-off will be to Pellerito's left. Fresh legs on the ice for both these teams. Nolan Zotter on the face-off. He'll go up against Jamison Bain. Bain, who's played as a defenseman a few times this season, lost the face-off. Quick shot on, saved by Pellerito. Getting drilled up against the boards was Zotter. Back up to his skates. Shot from the point gets blocked. Loftus plays it off the boards and gets it out of the zone. Killian Ranger with possession of the puck. Ranger sent down to the ice. He had Jamison Bain cutting towards the front of the net and was trying to get it to him as he was hit. Now Caden Hess sent towards the front of the net. Pellerito gets a glove on it. 24.5 to go in the second period. Nick Sachs and Darryl Smith will come onto the ice for the Sea Captains. as Jamison Bain settles in for another defensive zone faceoff against Nolan Zotter. Zotter, a left-handed shot. Native of West Grove, Pennsylvania. Not sure where in PA that is, as this shot goes wide. Have to find out if he's an Eagles fan or a Steelers fan, as both of those teams managed to make the NFL playoffs. Caden Hess with under 10 seconds to go. Tried cycling along for Racker. Racker still following up on the play, comes together with Cam Holton, eventually forces a turnover, but time will expire. Navy trim skating from right to left once again as Byer and Kennedy, both number 18 on the draw. Byer with a clean win, and we're underway. Hayden sends the puck down deep. First one there to the puck is Schouten. He works it up the same side wall. Murphy got it as far as the neutral zone. Hayden sent it back in. Quickly back the other way they come. Braden Kennedy with the puck along the goal line, sent in front. Pellerito gets a glove on, or rather a stick on it. Loose puck picked up by Essing. Brian Essing, the Cromwell, Connecticut native, sends it on down deep. Essing then gives along for Romita. Back for Essing in the corner. Essing with a pair of Generals defensemen to deal with. Cycles back further. Byer a centering feed. Looking to pull the trigger was Romita, but in his way was Cody Lambert. Jen's able to clear the puck out of the zone. Nolan Murphy will chase after this. No icing on the play. Tony Moran gets in front of Murphy, gives it along. Jamison Bain clears it out as far as the neutral zone before it's sent back down into the Sea Captain's end. First minute of play already gone by in the third. Here's Jamison Bain looking to get around Caden Hess. Hess eventually picks up the loose puck. Stick handling in his own zone, gives it up ahead to Murphy. Murphy tried getting it deep, glove down by Loftus, but his return pass for Evan Tower just a bit too far. Tower tries giving it along for Bain, bouncing puck. Hess unable to come up with possession. Sent back out into the Norwich zone, where Tony Moran plays it off the boards for Evan Tower. Tower deflected by Bain and then sent all the way down by Killian Ranger. Mason Joseph out from his cage, leaves it for Tommy Lubin. Lubin flips one that goes off the half wall, not out of the zone. Loftus keeps it back in. Now Lubin reverses back McCready, this time with a little more time and space. McCready puts it onto the tape of Nick Racker. Racker one-on-one, his shot saved by Pellerito, and he'll hold on, as Darryl Smith did a good job of keeping Racker to the outside. 18:06 to go in regulation time. Northeast Generals with a 6-1 lead. The Gens will be in action again on Friday. They'll take a trip up to Holyoke, Massachusetts for an 8:30 face-off against the Bay State Bobcats. And then the Gens get a week off before a pair of home games against the Long Beach Sharks on January 22nd and 23rd. Here's McCready. Given along in front. Darryl Smith has it knocked off of his stick. Nick Sachs up the wall but not out. Kept alive. Given across. Here's a shot by Hess. He scores! Caden Hess. Might have been deflected in front, but it's 7-1 Generals. Oh, what did we say? It's the first 5 minutes of the period. The Generals have found the back of the net in all 3 periods now. And they lead by 6. 18:06 to go in the third. The line of Byer, Ward, and Essing will look to get a little offensive pressure back in the Sea Captain's favor. On the draw for the Generals was Sean Gorman. He managed to win it on back for Cody Lambert. Now Gorman goes far side. Sinople has that roll off of his stick, cleared up off the glass. Brian Essing at center ice, poked away from him from behind by Victor Solokin. Now Byer having to deal with Solokin. Romita gives back Byer. Byer tried playing along the wall, intended for Hayden. That was knocked down by Gorman. Circling behind the net is Sinople. Leaves it into an empty area. Gorman goes back Lambert at the point. Now Gorman again. Top of the circle, a shot saved by Pellerito. Romita picks up the puck behind his own net. Flips it softly along the far side wall where it's picked up by Hayden. Hayden tries to connect with Essing. Essing with a pair of Generals defenders to deal with. Could not come up with possession of the puck. Solokin gives back Gorman, who swings over far side for Cox. Ryan Cox, his pass at center ice knocked down at the red line. Following up on the play is Lambert, and he'll go chase on down on the forecheck. Lambert behind the cage. Centering feed knocked away by Byer. He plays it off the boards and out of the zone. Lubin at center ice goes D-to-D across for Austin Crisp. Moran looking to disrupt things in the neutral zone. Frolik has to eventually send it on down. Now Cam Holton has the puck go off of his skate, stays in the zone. Jackson Schouten, nice move, Schouten in, shot saved, he scores! No, he does not. Schouten must have sent it off the far post. Down and out was Brendan Pellerito, but the referee in the right position waves it off, and play continues. Oh, what a play by Jackson Schouten. Showing off the hands was the defenseman. Here's Lubin, sending one off the boards. This should be icing against the Generals. There's the whistle. Looks as though the Gens might have been able to sneak one or two players onto the ice. The officials will come on over and try and figure that out. 16:14 to go in the third period, and the Generals lead at 7-1. All right, Jackson Schouten. This is only his third game at the NA3HL level, but gosh, very close to a highlight reel goal. Schouten has averaged 2 points a game so far at the NA3HL level, as he has played on both the 16U and 18U teams. He is an 05 birth year. He's 6'5", 215 pounds. Not bad. Bright future for Jackson Schouten, the Webster, New York native. Something tells me he won't be playing on the East Coast much longer. As, well, when you're an 05 and you average 2 points a game at the Tier 3 level, you're going to get some looks. Here's Killian Ranger, knocked down from behind by Lubin. Play continues. Schouten looking to dipsy doodle his way through the neutral zone. Tries to bounce his way off Ethan Ranger. Ranger says no. Schouten then knocks that out of midair, giving a long pass in front. Murphy unable to get to it as Brendan Pellerito gets a glove on it. Faceoff will be in the Norwich zone to Pellerito's right with 4:32 gone by in the third period. And the Gens leading 7-1. Kennedy, Nuzzolillo, Murphy. First line for this Northeast team on the ice. Tasked with the defensive zone faceoff is Ethan Ranger. Ranger with a clean faceoff win. Beaten to the puck, however, was Aiden Bain, as McCready works it behind the net. Ranger paws one up ahead, not out of the zone. Lambert stepping on in. His shot into the glove of Brendan Pellerito. And we'll do it all over again, this time to Pellerito's left. 15-12 to go in regulation time. Oh, if you're a fan of the Sea Captains have not scored 6 goals in a period yet this year. That's how many they would need to simply tie this. When at the very least you hope that they can put together a solid third period and gain some momentum before facing off against the New Jersey Titans tomorrow down in Middletown, New Jersey. Here's Brian Essing sending the puck down. He'll chase after it himself. Behind the net, Lambert lost possession of the puck. Now Lambert with it again, knocked away by Essing. Essing still doing yeoman's work down in the corner, finally lost possession of the puck, and it's taken on out of the zone by Zotter. Nolan Zotter at the far side hash mark, sends one through the slot. That's too far out of the reach of Racker. Behind the net, Mateo Romita plays it off the wall. McCready can't keep it in. He knocks Ward down to the ice. No penalty on the play. Back the other way they come. It's Cody Lambert sending it down deep. Pellerito will leave it behind the net for Hayden. Tim Hayden. Up ahead, Romita. Romita at the red line will send the puck down into the general zone. Ward on the forecheck, as is Killian Ranger. Lubin got there first, sent along the far side wall. Tower able to break things up. Lubin recollects the puck south of the goal line. Can't get it around Tower. Tower goes back to Loftus at the point. Loftus a shot, deflects over the top of the cage. Cox in the corner. Sent around behind the net. Lubin with an extra second or two sends one off the lip of the boards. And again, Sean Loftus able to hold the blue line. That's two important keeps at the blue line in this shift for the Norwich captain. Thrown out towards center ice, Moran and Racker. Racker can't get around Moran. Sends him hard into the boards. Moran stays up on his skates. Now Evan Tower in the corner. He can't get it around the defense of Lambert. Sent around into the near side. It's Moran. Played up ahead, Jamison Bain. Bain's able to chip it off the glass and get it out of the zone. And Cam Holton will dump it down deep. Holton beaten to the puck by Lubin. Cox now for the General. Sends it up the wall, not out. Here's Ethan Ranger, a long-range shot into the chest of Mason Joseph. And he'll hold on. That shot hitting between the R and the A of Generals. That is arched across Northeast Jersey. Faceoff will be to Joseph's right with 13:06 to go in regulation time. So faceoff in the General zone. Norwich head coach Kevin Cunningham discussing something with the officiating crew. Somewhat animated on the Norwich bench. Not sure what he was asking about. Captain Sean Loftus was there as well. Faceoff will get underway momentarily to Joseph's right. It's Ethan Ranger, Jack Kinahan, and Aiden Bain up front for the home team. Ranger with a faceoff win. It goes across the slot, picked up by Zach Sinopel. Sinopel then has it knocked off his stick at the blue line by Sachs. Here's Schouten coming together with check that with Aiden Bain. Knifed down by Sachs, sent down into the Gen zone. Knocked with a high stick by Victor Solokin. You're not allowed to do that. Faceoff will be in the General zone with 12:45 to go in the third period. As mentioned, the Sea Captains will be in action again tomorrow, a 12:30 face-off down in New Jersey. We'll have all the action for you. It looks as though tomorrow there will only be one feed, as Tom Willems, the voice of the Titans, unfortunately unavailable for tomorrow's game. So rather than having two feeds with my voice on it, I think we're just going to go with one. Although, who knows? We'll see. Things can always change. And then after tomorrow's game against the Titans, Norwich will be in action again on the 17th. That's Monday here at home, a 12 o'clock face-off against the Long Beach Sharks. Ethan Ranger into the General zone. He throws one on goal that Joseph directs into the corner. Jackson Schouten reverses back. And now Victor Solokin. His pass goes off the stick of Gorman out of the zone. Hayden sends it right back down with over 8 minutes gone by in the third. Here's Solokin. This time his clearance knocked down by Essing. Solokin following up on the play, however, is able to get it around Byer and out of the zone. Victor Solokin gets around Hayden. Solokin tries passing along in a phone booth for Lamphere. Lamphere couldn't control it. Taken out of the zone, and here's Matteo Romita. The Ontarian defenseman, 1-on-2, has his pocket picked from behind as Frolik turns up ice. Aiden Frolik over the blue line to the outside. Canceled out by Hayden. Puck pops on out. Romita wanted to go back behind the net. Eventually gets along for Byer, who plays one off the boards. Essing can't get around McCready. Joey McCready in the corner. His centering feed goes off the skates of Hayden. Puck pops out into that near side corner once again. Tim Hayden looking to work it out of the zone. Whole pile up on that wall. Eventually Lamphere is able to come up with it. He gives along Lubin. Lubin sends one in front, knocking that out of midair. Was Frolik, but Pellerito makes the save. Now Lubin goes across McCready. McCready, his shot saved by Pellerito, and he'll hold on. Well, at the tier 3 level, these goaltenders are good enough where if you don't have that much traffic in front of the net, odds are they'll make the save. And Brennan Pellerito did just that. Faceoff will be to his left with 10:36 to go in the third period. Evan Tower, Braden Kennedy on the draw. Kennedy thought he had a goal in the first period, found the back of the net in the second. Not sure what the third has in store for him. And as this puck goes around the far side, shot from the point went well wide off the stick of Lubin. Cleared off the glass. Chasing after this is Killian Ranger. Will the puck have enough for icing? It will. And there's the whistle. So 10:16 to go in regulation time, and another face-off coming up in the Norwich Sea Captains zone. Sea Captains have been outshot in this game by a 52-20 margin. And the Generals with another offensive zone face-off. So off the draw, it's Tony Moran flipping one up the wall. Murphy gloves that down, sent on goal, kicked aside by Pellerito. Lambert sends back around behind the net. Moran reverses for Loftus. Loftus sends one up the wall, but not out. Nuzzolillo's shot gets blocked by Jamison Bain, and now Bain will chase after this. First one there is Ryan Cox. Cox, pestered by Bain behind the net, reversed back for Cody Lambert. Lambert with a little space gives up ahead for Kennedy. This turns into a 2-on-1. Kennedy sends one across. They score! Matt Nuzzolillo has it go off his skates and in, and it's 8-1. For Nuzzolillo, it is his second goal of the game, his 15th on the year, as Braden Kennedy had some zip on the pass across for Nuzzolillo. And again, Nuzzolillo never even got his stick on the puck. However, there was no kicking motion, and he directs it in past the outstretched leg of Brendan Pellerito to make it 8-1. The officials now over at the Norwich Sea Captains bench explaining that call to Kevin Cunningham. As, well, you never like seeing a goal scored against you. It's even more frustrating when it's of the questionable variety, but Nuzzolillo clearly without any sort of kicking motion, and the goal should and will stand. So 8-1 the score. At center ice, Darryl Smith is able to work it into the general zone. Flipped back out just as quickly. Nick Sachs chasing after this. Racker manages to force enough of a turnover. Losing possession of the puck was Zotter, as flying across the slot for a check was Ethan Ranger. Now Sachs and Racker in the corner. Popped along for Ranger. Ranger tried playing it off the back of the net to himself, instead stolen away by Zotter. He goes back up at the point. Cox a shot, stopped by Pellerito. Rebound in the corner. Racker sends it behind the net. Picked up by Caden Hess. Given back to Lambert at the point. Lambert winds and fires, but sends it wide. Now Ryan Cox. His shot kicked to save by Pellerito. Norwich still unable to clear the puck out of the zone. Cam Holton at the blue line. Weekly gets it as far as the red line before Racker sends it back the other way. 2-on-2 into the zone. Here's Zotter, dropped off. Hess a shot, kick save by Pellerito. Pellerito scoops up the rebound as well. The faceoff will be to his left with 8:31 to go in regulation time. Well, it's been all Generals here in the third period. Tegan Byer found the back of the net in the second. That ruined Mason Joseph's bid at a 6th shutout for the year. That would lead the league. DeMar McCoy for the Northeast Generals has a pair of shutouts himself. Here's Schouten, sending it back down low. Lubin knocked away from him. Nuzzolillo with the puck, forced towards the front of the net. Whole bunch of people in front, so it never got through. Now Gorman gives a long Schouten. Schouten top of the circle, a shot saved by Pellerito. Now we have a whistle. Net has come off of its moorings. Face-off will remain in the Norwich zone. One team not allowed to change. Doesn't matter, as both teams managed to keep everybody else out on the ice. So 8:11 to go. And it'll be Sean Gorman on the draw against Tegan Byer. Face-off won by Byer, controlled by the Sea Captains as Romita connects up ahead with Aiden Bain. Aiden Bain sends the puck down deep. Behind the net, Schouten. All 6'5" of them, manages to work it up the wall. Romita cuts things off. Sung around behind the net by Lubin. And now Gorman. Byer blew a tire out in the neutral zone. Back to retrieve is Romita. He tries giving back for Byer. Instead, it'll be Romita taking it himself. Now given along for Tegan Beyer with a long-range shot. Steered into the corner by Joseph. Here's Beyer again at the blue line. Gives across for Moran. Moran wanted to connect with Killian Ranger. Intercepted by Victor Solokin. Solokin will take it back the other way. Solokin then sends it into the skates of Sinople. Sinople lost possession. Killian Ranger back the other way. Aiden Bain pokes it up ahead further. Romita chasing after us. Romita falls down on the play, rather taken down by Lubin. Now back up onto his skates. Has the puck taken away by Schouten. And Schouten gives up ahead for Sam Lamphere. Lamphere picks up Frolik fresh off the bench. Frolik in the Zamboni corner gives along back Lamphere. Now McCready at the point. McCready, his shot saved by Pellerito. Killian Ranger will chip off the glass. And it's controlled by Cody Lambert. Given back along for Crisp. Far side for Lamphere. Lamphere bounces off a check from Loftus. Crisp in the corner. Now Lamphere. Loose puck, Crisp, goes back, Lambert at the point. Lambert, his shot deflects just high. Lots of traffic in front. McCready overskated the puck. Ward unable to clear. Lamphere sends it back down and around. 6:20 to go in regulation time. Here's Lambert coming in from the corner. Knocked off his stick by Tony Moran. Moran came up with possession of the puck, sends it off the wall. Nobody for Norwich able to receive a pass. Killian Ranger gets sent down to the ice. Ranger quickly bounces up, breaks up the play, and the Sea Captains are able to clear. This goes all the way down the ice. Will it be icing? Yes. So there's the whistle. 5:59 to go in the third period. And the face-off once again in the Sea Captain zone. Let's see which side the Gens want to get set up on. And rather, a timeout has been called by Kevin Cunningham and the Norwich Sea Captains. That'll give them an opportunity to change lines. So Sea Captains will talk things over. 5:59 to go in the third period. Generals up by 7. Certainly don't need any more scoring. No, try telling a forward not to score and, well, you'll probably be met by a round of laughter. So I don't expect the Generals to take their foot off the gas pedal whatsoever. But again, for the Sea Captains, with 6 minutes, well, rather with under 6 minutes to go, you want to finish this game strong and try and have something to build upon before taking a visit down to the New Jersey Titans, as the Titans have struggled since a 6-0 start to the year. New Jersey currently in the 4th and final playoff position in the Eastern Division. They are 12-14, good for 24 points. The Sea Captains currently 17 points out of a face-off position, or rather a playoff position. Not sure if you can be 17 points out of a face-off position, but either way, face-off will be to Pellerito's left, with 5:59 to go in the third. Braden Kennedy on the draw against Ethan Ranger. Kennedy tried shooting it on goal from the face-off. Ranger got in the way of that. Given back to the point. D to D they go. Here's McCready. Given down low for Nolan Murphy. Murphy helps it along behind the net. Sacks the first one there for Norwich. Knocked off his stick. Now Lambert at the point. Tried teeing one up. Stolen away by Cam Holton. Now here's Holton back the other way. Holton caught from behind by Kennedy. Gives back Ranger a shot. Saved by Joseph. And he holds on. Well, that's the kind of opportunity that the Sea Captains need to take advantage of whenever it presents itself. Cam Holton doing a good job of skating the puck up ice and then having the wherewithal to know that he had Ethan Ranger as a trailer. Ranger will step in for this draw against Braden Kennedy. Kennedy this time with the face-off win. It's Nuzzolillo. He wants to flip the puck around Romita. Following up on the play is Kennedy. Kennedy in on goal, and he sends it wide. Cox at the point, keeps it alive. Puck comes towards goal, actually goes over the top of the cage, stays in play. Holton unable to work the puck out of the zone as Nuzzolillo sends down into the corner. Back up at the point, Cox stepping on in, his shot goes well wide, and then that catches the lip of the boards and ricochets out of play. Face-off will remain in the Norwich zone with an even 5 minutes to go in regulation time. Well, not much in the way of special teams for either team this game. Both teams with a single solitary power play. Norwich's came back in the first period. The Generals had theirs in the second. Back underway as Racker and Moran battle for the puck behind the net of Brendan Pellerito. Loose puck, controlled by Northeast, but Moran will steal it away. Off the boards for Kinahan, and Kinahan races out towards center ice. Jack Kinahan, a centering feed for Essing. Essing on in, saved by Joseph. The rebound ends up in the corner. Well, Brian Essing has, as we mentioned, been a breath of fresh air for this Norwich Sea Captains team, and he was oh so close to scoring his first goal in the NA3HL. Puck pops on out towards the blue line. Essing kept it alive only for a moment. Now Moran at his own blue will send it off the boards. Bayer will direct it in. Lubin waiting for that, and he simply throws it back out. 4:05 to go in regulation time. This time Moran gets a little more elevation on the puck. Delayed offsides against the Sea Captain, so Ward has to touch up as Racker sends one far side. Aiden Bain couldn't control the puck. Picking it up with speed is Caden Hess. Hess splits the D. He scores! Caden Hess! What a goal! 9-1 Generals. For Caden Hess, it is his 11th goal of the season as he shows off his wheels, splitting the Norwich defense off the post and past the blocker hand of Brendan Pellerito to make this a 9-1 game. 3:49 to go, and the Gens control off the faceoff. Here's Lambert, up ahead for Solokin, knocked into the zone by Sean Gorman. Sinopel, knocked off his stick by Aiden Bain. He then goes up high on Bain, but play continues. Jamison Bain caught from behind by Gorman in the neutral zone. Following up on the play is Matt Ward. Ward comes together with Cody Lambert in the battle of 20s in the corner. Loose puck. Aiden Bain, his centering feed knocked away. Schouten sends around near side for Solokin. Solokin plays it off the glass. Corralled by Smith at the neutral zone. Given to Jamison Bain, who sends a puck down deep, and he'll chase after it himself. 3:05 to go in the third. Here's Racker. Up ahead for Zach Sinopel. Sinopel, top of the circle, cutting towards the front of the net. His shot blocked aside by Pellerito. Puck then popped up into the air, landing behind the net. Daryl Smith picks it up, gives along for Jamison Bain. Bain hard off the boards, picks up Aiden Bain. Aiden Bain, his pass out of the zone, cut down by Solokin. Solokin gets pushed up against the wall by Jamison Bain. Loose puck picked up by Sinopel. Sinopel tried forcing one towards the front of the net. Now Sinopel drops off McCready. McCready a shot saved by Pellerito. Loose puck picked up by Daryl Smith. Smith, however, unable to clear. 2:20 to go in regulation. Jamison Bain gets it as far as the northeast blue line before Lamphere gives up ahead for Lambert. Lambert, his shot kicked aside by Pellerito. Lambert in the corner. Picks up some help from Lamphere. Gens control the puck behind the net. Goes back to the point. A shot off the stick of Gorman was blocked. Crisp battling with Romita with under 2 to play. Picked up by Lamphere. Lamphere, puck on his backhand. Tried giving it along for Aiden Frolik, who had just come off the bench. Instead, it'll be Killian Ranger back the other way, and Ranger will send it down deep. Ranger and Holton behind the net, neither one of them able to come up with possession of the puck. Jen's able to clear as it's Frolik over the red line. Can't get around the defense of Loftus. Moran reverses Loftus, who plays one off the glass. Killian Ranger directs it on out. Now a minute 20 to go. Here's Lubin, sending one into the skates of Aiden Frolik. Frolik gets around Moran, tripped up on the play, stays on, or rather maintains possession, and then from his knees sends one on goal that Pellerito makes the save for. Flipped out of the zone, Jack Kinahan, the first one there. Kinahan, his shot went wide of the net as he had Nuzzolillo draped all over him. Daryl Smith with 50 seconds to go. Can't get around Nuzzolillo. Nuzzolillo threw one towards goal, knocked down by Murphy. Now Nozzolillo again. Wanted to go back up to the point for Schouten. Essing had better ideas. Daryl Smith. His pass too far for Essing. No icing on the play as Lubin sends around far side. 30 seconds to go. Here's Nozzolillo through center ice. Picks up Braden Kennedy. Kennedy wanted to go inside out around Daryl Smith. Smith said no. Pass back the other way. Now here's Jack Kinahan. One-on-one. Kinahan on goal. Joseph sends it into the corner. 13 seconds to go. Kinahan upended in the corner. Back up to his skates. Essing involved as well for the Sea Captains. Generals will take possession of the puck, and that will just about do it. The Northeast Generals take a drive down